Hello. Oh. um. Here, I'll start I'll start whispering. So then, I'm used to speaking this way. So today I'll be playing Don't Scream Again because technically the first time I played it, my goal was to beat it, and though I did beat the goal by not screaming at all, I didn't beat it like technically. Like I didn't get to the 20-minute like mark, mainly because the mic kept I kept peaking because every time I would like laugh or something, um, the mic would always just barely like catch it, like going a little over. So I would just die, not because I was screaming, but see, look, I was like that, but more because I was laughing. So I have to make sure that if I do laugh, I have to laugh very carefully. Oh my god. I don't think I can really laugh, to be honest. I have to be very neutral, serious even. Um, but yeah, so I mean, I could make this a little easier by lowering the sensitivity on the mic, but I think this volume is a good middle point because it forces me to like just whisper and not try to be too loud. It's just the only downside is that my mic catches me when I laugh a little too hard. Actually, okay, I'm gonna cheat just a little bit. I'm gonna lower the sensitivity just like a tad. I'll go at 80. I think 80 is a good one where maybe I'll be fine. I mean, either way, if I scream, I'm like, whoa. So, if I scream, it's still fine. But only so that I don't die as easily just because I laugh a little too loud sometimes. But okay, I'll also be taking this chance to do a like dinosaur ASMR. Um, I love so. Uh, I got. I'm plan. Oh my god, I can't talk. I'm thinking of having a dinosaur themed party, just for funsies, and so my roommate and I got a bunch of like little decorative stuff for it, and then lo and behold, today I found out YouTube actually posted all three Jurassic Park trilogies as free. So I literally just finished watching the first movie and I'm on the second movie. And fun fact, Jurassic Park Lost World is my most favorite movie. Like, Jurassic Park movie. Um, it's really good. I could literally watch it like on loop 24 hours a day. And so I was watching it before stream, and then I kind of was thinking, I kind of don't want to stream just so I can keep watching this movie. But I know I can't be weak, so so it's so hard not to laugh. It literally like it like feels unnatural to try not to laugh too loud. I have to keep taking deep breaths. But yeah, I was so close to not stream today because I really wanted to watch the rest of the movie, but I knew I had to because that's not a good excuse not to stream. So, without further ado, I shall be playing the game. And I'm not gonna scream. None of these scares can get me. At least I hope not. Don't scream. Okay, perfect. So, let me know if I talk a little too quiet. Just because I'm gonna try to whisper as much as I can. But, first dinosaur fun fact is, did you know on a stegosaurus, the tail end, the spikes on the tail, is known as the tail end is known as a thagomizer, but not because it is linked to any like Latin name or because it is root or derived from anything specific, but because a comic artist, I forgot his name, but he's very popular, very well known. He wrote a comic strip of literally a single panel of all these cavemen, Thagomizer rage, yeah. He wrote a panel of a bunch of cavemen in school learning how to survive, and the caveman teacher is basically like, and in memory of John Thagomizer, we have named the tail end of the Stegosaurus, in name of John Thag, I think is his name. And to name of John Thag, we are dedicating the tail end of the Stegosaurus as the Thagomizer. I'm trying not to laugh so bad, oh my god. And so, because of that, paleontologists were kind of like, because previously there was no name for it, so paleontologists were kind of like, you know what, that's a good name. Someone named it, so why not? Joseph, you're gonna make me laugh, and I'm trying not to laugh so hard. It literally feels so unnatural not to laugh. If I take breaks, it's because I'm trying to like take deep breaths to not laugh. Another fun fact is that hi honey, I'm telling people fun facts about dinosaurs to keep me from not screaming. So it's like ASMR, but the mic picks up my laugh really easy, so I have to try not to laugh also. So it's kind of like a don't laugh, don't scream kind of thing. And so I have to keep taking breaks to not like laugh. If I scream, I'm reporting your channel. Good. You're gonna report it because it's so good, right? Whoa, I wonder if they have my favorite snacks. I just realized it got like night. You know, the good thing about this game too is that I know nothing's gonna kill me. It's just gonna try to make me scream. So I can kind of like do whatever I want as long as I don't scream. I don't go above that line. What do they have here? Oh, my flashlight's so bright I can't read. Milky? Is that what that brand says? The chips, something like that. What are those noises? I wonder if they'll ever make a part 2 of this game or something. You know, it's so nice that they kind of censored the body parts for the dead bodies, so then people can stream it with no problem. Yeah. Oh, another fun fact is that even though in movies like Jurassic Park and stuff, so in those movies, raptors are about maybe like 4 to 5 feet tall, but in real life, like real velociraptors were more about like 3.5 feet tall. They're very small. They're kind of almost like maybe turkey size, like a turkey vulture kind of thing. But there's the dinosaur that we are thinking about that is a lot bigger is the Utah raptor. Turkey size, so good. Yeah, they're like turkey sized pretty much, and turkeys are scary too. But yeah, so like the Utah raptor is kind of more the 4 to 5 feet tall one, but Utah raptor and velociraptor were in different eras, I believe. So they never like met or lived in the same time period. Same thing with like T-Rexes. They're also in different time period. And another fun thing is that in Jurassic Park, the T-Rex, like, I can't climb over. Another fun thing is that they know the T-Rex is coming based off the ripples in their water, right? Like, and they're like, and they're trying to say the T-Rex is so heavy that they can tell when it's coming. But actually, T-Rex had padding on their feet, and the padding made it so they would be able to kind of be very stealthy. Ooh, who's over there? So technically, in real life, had a not velociraptor. If a T-Rex was approaching you, most likely, most likely, the T-Rex would be close enough to eat you before you had a chance to run away. So by the time you noticed it, it would probably already be maybe like just too, it would just be too late for you, you know? Also, a fun thing I learned too is that technically T-Rexes in general have very like narrow snouts, but in Jurassic Park the T-Rex have very wide snouts, and so people were saying that technically that's inaccurate, but also the fact that Death Reptile Assassin build as well. Yeah, they're like terrifying. But another thing is that since Alan Grant, the paleontologist that goes to Jurassic Park, he's like, oh, T-Rex can't see if you don't move. People are saying that technically that's probably true for only Jurassic Park T-Rexes because the snout is so big that there's probably a blind spot in front of it. So, ASMR, yippee, yeah, I almost talked a little too loud. I'm doing a lot of ASM, like dinosaur fun fact ASMR, so I don't scream. So, I was saying how in Jurassic Park, the T-Rexes, their snout is very wide in comparison to real real T-Rexes. They have very narrow snouts. And so technically, while in the movie it's inaccurate, the paleontologist Alan Grant in the movie says, oh, they can't see you if you don't move. Which also is not true. T-Rex most likely had very, very keen vision, but in the case of the Jurassic Park T-Rex, most likely that was true because since the snout was so big, the front of their face would most likely be a blind spot. So if you didn't move, you would be probably in their blind spot. So yeah, and then there's also evidence that could suggest that T-Rex were pack hunters and not singular hunters. Oh, hi! Where'd she go? And that most likely they weren't active hunters. Like, they could hunt if they wanted to. They have the build and the capacity to. But there's evidence that suggests that they could have also been partially scavengers. And it makes sense because, like, if you're a massive animal that carries a lot of weight, it's going to be easier for you to scavenge. Oh, hi, ma'am. Yeah, it's going to be easier for you to scavenge versus you chasing down prey all the time. And then, I'll share a funny story actually in regards to what do they call it? A site? Like paleontology site that I saw, like a documentary about. And I think it was in somewhere in Montana or Utah, somewhere out there, right? These paleontologists find this site where they noticed that a lot of these, they're not Triceratops specifically, but they're on the same family branch. They found that all these, like Triceratops type dinosaurs were like a group of their skeletons were at the bottom of this ditch kind of thing, and I can't see. And they were trying to figure out why so many of them were in a ditch, and none of these dinosaurs had. I still can't see. Am I not supposed to be able to see here? but they found that none of these dinosaurs had wait, sorry, I can't see. I don't know if my game's glitching out or not, but I can't see where I'm going, so I guess I'll keep walking or something. Oh, there I go. But yeah, so they found that none of these dinosaurs had... My body took a screenshot. None of these dinosaurs had any kind of external wounds. So no bite marks, claw marks, nothing that shows that they were attacked, nothing shows that they were stuck on anything either. There was just a ton of fossils basically stuck at the bottom of this ditch, and there was it showed also that they were able to discover that it was also not just fully grown like adult dinosaurs, but it was also like the children of the pride, not pride, but you know, the group, right? And so these paleontologists were trying to figure out, why are all these dinosaurs down here? They're all the same type of species, they have no wounds, and they're varying of ages, so what went on? And these dinosaurs were way before the meteor strike, so it could not have been that. And so they're just wondering what had happened. And then they were able to figure out that the dinosaur fossils were resting on a riverbed. And they were also able to figure out that, oh hi! Kiss! They were also able to figure out that they had a lot of broken bones, actually. Oh, I almost died from laughing. Not all of them had broken bones, but some of them did. And it was because they were able to discover through the geography and the sedentary residue, I think that's the term, the, you know, how like the rocks form, the not geometry, the geo rocks, you know what I mean, the type of rocks. They were able to discover that that used to be a cliff or ledge of some sort, and most likely what had happened was kind of like sheep, where, I don't know if you've heard how, like, if you scare one sheep and it runs in the direction afraid, the other sheep will also run afraid, not because they know what they're afraid of, but obviously if something was able to scare one of them, they should all be afraid, right? Kind of like that herd mentality. So technically, if one sheep runs off a ledge, the rest of the herd will follow, right? That's kind of like the thing that happens with herding animals. And so they discovered that kind of the same thing had happened, which is kind of funny. These triceratops type of dinosaurs, one of them had gotten scared, jumped off a ledge, and the rest of them had followed, and they all drowned because they were in this riverbed. So it's just kind of funny because they were able to find all these fossils, and they were trying to figure out for the life of them like what it was, and it was just the animals being stupid. Oh, my camera's gonna die. I forgot to get batteries, so I'm gonna lose here. Unless I can find batteries in 3 minutes. I don't think so. I forgot to keep track of that. Alright, well, there I go. Goodbye, cruel world. Maybe I can go back to the store. Maybe they'll have some batteries in there. I just don't know if I have time. Is this the store? Where is this? Oh, there I go. Okay. Oh my god. It's so hard not to laugh, and I'm trying so hard not to laugh. I naturally laugh at everything. I'm trying so hard not to, and I literally have to like... I take like anxious breaths trying to like hold back this laugh. Okay. Let's redo that. Let's try that again. I almost did it. I have more dinosaur fun facts, I'll tell you. Oh, okay. One more time. Let's do it again. Okay, here we go. I'm trying to think what else. Oh, there is a. So I think I've said this fun fact on stream before. I've probably said it all these at some point on stream, but I love talking about dinosaurs. But there's, so there's this giant, like giraffe-size pterosaur called the Quetzalcoatlus, and which is actually also another fun fact, named after the Aztec god Quetzalcoatl. The Aztec god is known for being like a serpent king, like a flying serpent king. And this is, I'm pretty sure it's, ooh, I actually haven't been here. That's the reason also why the Quetzalcoatlus was named after what it is, because the Quetzalcoatlus is this massive, giant, giraffe-sized pterosaur that, an astronaut, interesting, is this giant life-size pterosaur, or not, sorry, not life-size. Can I pick you up? Maybe not yet. I'll come back to this one. And it's like giraffe size, right? So it's massive. It's about, I think, 14 feet tall or something. And the wingspan is 3 times the length, I believe. It's very, very massive, right? And due to the massive size that it is, there's been a lot of speculation on how a Quetzalcoatlus lives. Because a flying creature of that size is like insane. What kind of environment supports it, and how does it support itself, right? And so, originally, because the beak is also very, very, very long, it has a very long beak. So, and people have also, paleontologists have also been able to kind of deduce that it lives like near coastal areas. And so originally they were like, oh, clearly this bird, can I go in here? Door locked, okay. They were able to kind of figure out like, oh, since it lives near the coast, that means that it has to like eat fish, right? Can I not pick these up yet? Why not? Why can't I pick you up? I don't know why I can't pick it up. I'm literally trying to pick it up and it's not letting me. And I need the battery. Weird. Okay. But yeah, so they're like, since it eats fish, it most likely eats like other like coastal birds do. And you know, it's kind of like how like seagulls will like kind of like graze over the water to catch fish on the surface, or even like how oh, I'm trying to remember the specific name. It's not letting me pick it up. Okay, but yeah, so they assumed that most likely, since it has a very long beak and it lives near the ocean, it probably scoops the fish that are on the surface of the water pretty much, or like close to the top of the water, right? But then paleontologists were also kind of like, wait, that doesn't quite make sense, because this pterosaur has a very, very long beak. So if it does graze the top of the water, most likely at the velocity that it typically goes, the velocity would cause it to, because it also had a very long neck. It looks very like unnatural. Let me see if I can pick up this one. But let me pick you up. I don't know why it's not letting me pick you up. I literally have no idea why it's not letting me pick up the batteries. I'm like pressing every button on my key. But so, oof, he's having a rough time. But yeah, so they figured out that if it flies at the velocity that they suspect it to, and the impact of the beak the beak, or not impact, but the resistance of the water against the long beak would most likely like crush the neck. Like the neck does not support that kind of like pressure, pretty much. And so they were like, okay, well, most likely it doesn't skim the surface, but then how else does it hunt? How else does it get food, right? So there was a lot of different ideas of like how it could get food, because it's so massive, right? It needs to be able to like eat, right? So then they were able to kind of figure out that it ate like a lot of either like other dinosaur eggs, for example, dinosaur young, or small dinosaurs in general. And my favorite thing about this dinosaur is that since it was so tall, it would go up to small dinosaurs, and if they were like annoying or a pain to deal with, or they were something that they couldn't just eat in one go, like it would put up a fight kind of thing, it would go up to the dinosaur and it would give him a good 1-2 punch, you know, probably more than a 1-2. It would basically just pulverize its prey to death until it was in a state where it could be eaten, you know. Which is funny because it kind of like makes you think how scary those things must have been, just for like a 14-foot like pterosaur to come up to you and punch you to death. Like, utterly terrifying. It's literally not letting me pick it up, and I have no idea why. Okay, well, off I go. I tried to see if maybe I can like circle around it, and it didn't work. But yeah, and I'm trying to think of other cool fun facts. Whoa, it sounds like bones breaking. Oh, it's a tree. That's how my back sounds when I stand up from my desk at work and it like and it cracks. Oh, an arrow. Okay, cool. I'm trying to think of more. I feel like there's ooh, I'm trying to remember the name. No. Ooh, I forgot the dinosaur's name. But the dinosaur. Ooh, another battery over there. Perfect. So there's a dinosaur, right? I think this one's also like a well-known one. A dinosaur that rams each other. At least it's suspected that they ram each other. There we go. Perfect. But yeah, it's suspected this dinosaur rams into each other because so it's that dinosaur with like the dome head, pretty much. And originally paleontologists were like, oh, we're pretty sure these dinosaurs ram into each other, similar to like rams and other like horned animals, because their skulls were about 9 inches thick, like the top of their skull. And so something like that should be able to take like quite a hit, right? And so that was the running theory for a very long time. But then someone brought up saying like, hey, actually, most likely these dinosaurs couldn't ram into each other because the neck is not quite aligned with the skull. So if the skull were to take a massive hit, then there's a chance that the neck would like rupture pretty much, and the neck just would not be able to support the pressure of it being hit. And so for a while people debated again, saying like, oh, I remember now, it's the pachyosaur. So for a while people debated, saying like, hey, is a pachyosaur actually capable of being hit, or is this, does the skull serve another purpose, right? Because it's really hard to figure out in general with dinosaurs like what their lives were, because you know, we're picking up the pieces, we're trying to figure out as we go based off of like fossils, like rocks in the area, you know, like we're picking up crumbs, trying to figure out like what we can figure out of how these dinosaurs lived. And Um, I think they, it's, I think now it is a widely believed theory that they did ram into each other. Are there any batteries in here? Yeah, most likely they did ram into each other because I think someone else tested it, and technically with the skeletal structure that they had, most likely they should have been able to, like, you know, take the damage pretty much. But there's also theories that pachyosaurs that have more ooh, I want bread. Oh, poor person. The person was just shopping and then they got killed and strung up and they just wanted some bread. Ooh, can I go back here? Oh my god, I can't go back here. Interesting. But yeah, the pachyosaurs with can I open it? What is this? I've never been in here. Whoa! I didn't like that. I like almost screamed at that one. Can I open the back door? No, I can't. Okay. I didn't know I can go back here. I just assumed that like the store was all that was there. Hi. Can I do a little kiss? Mwah. Kiss. There's a lot of vegetables. But yeah, there's pachyosaur that have oh my god, I don't know if you ever had like half your body go cold and the other half go really hot, but that's kind of what just happened to me with that scare. But yeah, there's pachyosaur that have like more horns versus the other ones pretty much, and it's theorized that those that have the more horns, because they figured out that they were probably like the same kind of, this reminds me of home. Are you okay? We can get you a new home. I'll adopt you. I'm walking so slow. Yeah, so they were able to kind of figure out too that the pachyosaurs have like more like horns and they were kind of like show-offy kind of, were most likely the pack leaders and stuff, which is kind of cool. Oh, I forgot to mention too, so there's a funny thing going on in the paleontology community where there's so there's two large breeds of dinosaur or species, I guess, not breeds, but there's the baryonyx and the spinosaur. And we know the spinosaur through specifically like Jurassic Park 3 is the movie that kind of popularized it. But the spinosaur is this large semi-aquatic dinosaur that has this very large sail on its back. And then the baryonyx is a dinosaur that looks literally exactly the same to the spinosaur, just the baryonyx, it's missing the sail. And they don't have a ton of fossils of the baryonyx and the Spinosaurus, so they have enough to kind of get the general body going. But with the with both species, since they pretty much look exactly the same for the most part, like skeletal structure and everything, there's a lot of off branches of these dinosaurs where a lot of, I mean, I'm not a paleontologist, so I'm not quite sure how it's done, like when they name these dinosaurs, when they find something. Why is there another astronaut here? Hello? So I'm not quite sure what goes on when they name things or when they discover a fossil, or how they can figure out they discovered a new fossil, but I watched a whole video about this. So there's with the baryonyx like group, there's a lot of dinosaurs that pretty much look very similar to a baryonyx, and either they are almost identical, or ooh, what are those lights? Oh, they're fireworks. That looks kind of pretty, actually. It's surprising for being in a horror game. Oh, they're not fireworks. I'm dumb. Can I die if I step on this? I'm gonna assume yes right now and stay away from that. But it looks very pretty. I like that effect. Oh my god, don't tell me my battery's gonna die soon again. But yeah, so they discovered, well, there's been a lot of quote-unquote, I'm gonna say quote-unquote discoveries of different types of baryonics. And I want to say quote-unquote because from what it looks like, it's just different pieces of baryonics that they've discovered. But a lot of paleontologists are like, hey, I discovered a new like branch of the baryonics breed, pretty much. And I found all the names. There's like a ton of them. There's a lot of different species for them. Oh, things are amping up because it's the end of the game, so they're gonna try to get me. Yeah, so there's a lot of discourse basically on what counts as baryonics, what is a baryonic, what's not. And the reason why I'm like, oh, quote unquote, there's a lot of them is because oftentimes they don't even find full fossils of these dinosaurs, so they can't quite prove that it is a separate like dinosaur. Like they'll find the claw of one of these different dinosaurs that's not a baryonyx, and they'll say, oh, it's different. Most likely it's not a baryonyx. But it's like, dude, you only have a claw. Or sometimes they don't even find a claw, they'll find like a femur or something. And I'm like, that's not enough to like call it a different dinosaur. You don't have enough fossils really to, you know, like name it anything different. And that almost got me, to be honest. I did jump in my seat. Same thing with Spinosauruses. There's a lot of different species out there for Spinosaurus, but not as much as the baryonyx. But then I think it's also difficult because since the baryonyx and Spinosaurus look almost exactly identical to each other skeletal structure wise, I think it's really difficult for them to like officially say, oh, this is a different species, versus this may be a skeleton of an already existing species that we've discovered. Also, another fun fact too is for a long time they thought that Spinosauruses just kind of like lived on the coast of who on the last minute, let's see if I can make it. But they were like, oh, these dinosaurs live on the coast of you know, like the coastal areas, right? So they just assumed that because it has a long snout. Oh, hi, how you doing? Give me a hug. So they just kind of assumed like, oh, most likely we'll just kind of like just grab like the fish that came near the surface, right? Because they have long snouts and stuff. Kind of like alligators a little bit, but not quite. And then they were like, oh, but they also have very large, like long arms. So most likely, they like, ooh, here we go, 2, 1. I beat it, yay! It's sunlight, yay! Where's my present? I want a prize. I'm still playing. I feel like something's gonna happen. Yippee! I'm like clenching. Wait, so is it... Oh! Congratulations! Wait, can I talk normally? Oh my god, I can't talk normally. Congratulations! You didn't scream for now. You survived 44 scares in total. Whoa! I'm like a god. Oh! Oh. There's a couple scares that really did almost get me. Like, oh. Yeah, there's a couple scares that almost really did get me where I was like I'm so scared to say anything. Like, or like my body would like jump, or like I don't know, something. Oh, here, let me mute. Can I? Is it not muted right here? No. Okay, I'm just gonna lower it all the way. But wow, I'm so happy I did it last time. I literally, anytime I laughed, the thing would like bump me past the little meter, and it sucked because like I just couldn't laugh, and I kept trying to make jokes and everything, and I laugh at everything, so I was like, oh, this sucks. But yeah, I'm so happy I like beat it. I think my last stream I did with this game was like, I hate the scares that pop out of nowhere, very very yuckies. I know they really try that. I mean, I think most of the scares are kind of like cheap scares. I think what would get more people is if there's like atmospheric music or something versus like the creepy sounds that would happen. I think music gets people more versus than sound, in my opinion. But I like discovering new areas on the map. I feel like technically there's a lot more areas I haven't actually been on. I've been in some of the spots already, and I've kind of like, I don't know. I want to know what the story is, because there's clearly like something going on, something like satanic kind of. But there's like 2 astronauts somewhere. There's like an old house. There's I know somewhere there's like a crashed plane with like people dead around it. You know, there's that store. There was that barn we kind of stumbled across. It had a bunch of like satanic things around it. So I want to know. I wonder if anyone's done like a lore exploration of this game. I think that they were going to come out with like an update that had more like lore and stuff like that. I don't know if it officially came out already or not. Yeah, I thought it was kind of cool, like playing more areas. Real quick though, let me finish my fun fact. Real quick, I'm gonna finish my fun fact of the Spinosaurus, because I thought it was kind of cool, because it kind of shows how much evolution the study of a dinosaur like goes into it, pretty much. Like how you start off with thought A and it leads to like thought Z, pretty much, right? So it was so hard. So I'm so sorry. It was so hard for me to like formulate thoughts when scares were coming my way. So I kept like trying to remember where I was leaving off when I was talking. But so yeah, so paleontologists noticed that that a Spinosaurus, their snout was very long and their claws were very long as well. The dino facts were very entertaining. Yeah, thank you. I was literally watching a bunch of Jurassic Park movies before this, and I was like, ooh. I think I mentioned it earlier in the stream too. I was so close not to stream, I was so close not streaming today because I was watching The Lost World, and it's my favorite one. And I was like, do I need to stream? I don't gotta, right? Like, should I? And I literally, like, I had a little angel and devil on my shoulder. One of them, the little devil was like, no, just keep watching the movie. It's a good movie. You love it. And then the little angel was like, no, you should stream. It's like, it's a good thing. It's a good way for you to kind of like express yourself, you know. And I'm like, and it was a struggle, to be honest, but I made the right choice. but yeah, so since the paleontologists noticed that the Spinosaurus had a lot of these features that allowed it to not really enter the water to hunt, they assumed that most likely it didn't actually enter the water. It would just kind of like get the fish that were like close to the surface or anywhere it can reach it, kind of thing, right? But then they were also like, well, it has a sail. Like, why would this dinosaur have a sail and not use it, right? That doesn't make sense. So then they were kind of like, okay, well, most likely it does get into the water and probably swims too. But originally when people had the idea of a Spinosaurus, they thought it was very like muscle heavy because of like the claws and some other stuff, right? And it's kind of massive. But they were like, so originally they were like, oh, this there's no way this thing could have like actually been able to like swim in water without like having issues. Like there's nothing yet proving or showing any evidence that it would be like capable of swimming. And so then people were like, oh, well, maybe it was kind of like almost like amphibious, where like has the webs between the feet and some other stuff, right? And so then there was a group of paleontologists that were pretty much went from, oh, they only hunted on the shores of land to, oh, they were probably like very aquatic. So there kind of was 2 extremes in the community where it was like, oh, it's primarily aquatic, partially land. Another one that was like mainly land, potentially aquatic. And then eventually there's some people that kind of came in the middle, and they were like, well, most likely what could have happened too is that most likely it was capable of living both on land and in water. So it probably did have webbed feet and hands, and like just more like a slimmer body probably, and stuff like that. Probably wasn't as muscle heavy as they thought it was. And they also probably figured out that most likely the Spinosaurus didn't have like a sharp tail, kind of like how like a T-Rex has. It probably had more of a tail, kind of like an axolotl, like the flat tails pretty much. And just because the muscles, or not the muscles, the bone structure shows it having a sharp tail, doesn't mean it did officially have it. In the same way of like with whales, right? Like they have fingers, but they don't actually have fingers. As they have like a fin that covers those bones, right? So, there for a while it was kind of either like they just live on land versus they're for sure in water, to now it's kind of widely accepted that they're probably lived on the coast, but also would dive in to get some fish if they needed to and everything. So it's kind of cool. It's just kind of cool how it evolved to all that and everything. So for sure, at least the Spinosaurus they've shown in Jurassic Park is probably not at all accurate. Besides things like the skeletal structure and everything. But yeah, it's kind of cool. But if you ever have time, searching up the whole debacle between Baryonyx and Spinosaurus, I watched, I think, I think it was an hour-long video that talked about how paleontologists fight so bad to figure out which species is what, how they lived, because it's one of those species where they just can't find many fossils from it, which isn't surprising. Most likely, most of these fossils are in the water or something if they were partially aquatic. So it's gonna be hard to search seabeds, to find fossils and everything. And then actually, sorry, one more, maybe not one more, but another fun dinosaur fact is I forgot what the kind of dinosaur it's called. It's I forgot the name to it, but the name I know in Latin translates to ugly hands, or like horrible hands, something along those lines, because the paleontologists, they found this dinosaur that had these massive arms, crazy long arms, and it was clear that the hand portion of the arms were also massive. They were giant, half the body size of the animal pretty much. And so they were oh my god, this thing's so horrifying. It has these giant hands, and it's this short thing too. How did this thing hunt? And they found it in a lot of swamplands. So they're thinking, most likely it just grabbed things in the water or something, right? Or something along the lines of that, right? And so for a long time, there was all these really horrific drawings of this thing, because they just could not figure out how it looked or how exactly it lived. They could tell it was some sort of bird because it had this beak, but they couldn't quite figure out much about it, just because there wasn't enough found. And then one day, someone was pretty much just hey, this stupid ugly Canosaurus. Yeah, it was kind of something like that. They really were they haven't changed the name either, by the way. It's still the same name. Actually, let me see if I can search it up real quick. Let me see. Horrible hand dinosaur. It's the Dinosaurus, I think is how you pronounce it. You should look at the fossil for these things. It's wild when you see it, because this thing's massive. And I forgot it has a hump too. So they're basically this thing is terrifying because it's super tall. It has this humped back, has these giant arms, and has this long tail. That's what she said. Oh my god. And so they were basically this thing must have been a killer. It must have been horrifying to see, and they just couldn't figure out exactly what it was. But they were most likely though it wasn't a carnivore, because it has a flat beak too, but it has these terrifying hands. So they're just trying for the life of them trying to figure out what exactly this dinosaur is like. So if you look at a lot of early renditions of this dinosaur, And you can tell which ones are early renditions because they look very different from like the current ones. The early ones kind of make it kind of like you know the dinosaurs in Jurassic Park, how they're very like thin, like it doesn't look like there's a lot of meat on the bones kind of stuff. Like the skin is very like tight on their body, if you know what I mean. Like it doesn't look like there's a lot of like meat or like muscle or even like fat or anything like that, you know. That's kind of how like this dinosaur looks. It just looks very like terrifying. But then someone will kind of piece together because they found it in a lot of swampland, so they're like, okay, most likely it ate like just like me for free. I wish that was me. No, I'm just kidding. but yeah, like they were like, okay, well, it's in the swamplands. It has a flat beak. It probably ate fish, right? So maybe it like grabbed the fish out of the water, or maybe like I don't know. Like they're trying to figure out what it would do. But then someone kind of like looked at modern birds, and for example, like the owl. I don't know if you guys have seen a like skeleton of an owl, but they have super long legs, and usually when they're sat down, their legs are kind of like scrunched in. So you don't really see their legs until they like stretch or something. Same thing with penguins. Penguins also have very long legs, but again, we don't really notice it because they're kind of like sitting on their legs the whole time. So people kind of were like paleontologists kind of like pieced it together, and they're like, wait a second, what if these hands weren't like so like monstrous in the same way that we're thinking it is? They probably weren't like arms extended out all the way. They're probably kind of similar to birds where they're like tucked in a little. And that's pretty much what it was. The arms didn't start at where they thought they started. It kind of was like more tucked into the body. So it was a lot shorter, and the hands are probably more used for grabbing versus like holding onto things versus like picking out of the water and stuff. And they also were able to figure out, I think through, I forgot how they were able to figure this part out. I don't know if it was through like fossils they found or like what it was, but they discovered that it was pretty much like a large feathered bird. So here, let me see if I can show you guys some pictures. 'Cause I think the dinosaur's kind of pretty sick if you like looked at it. Let me see if I can get some pictures real quick. Hopefully none of these are copyrighted. I won't get like like got on stream. Open pictures. Save. Oh, it looks so horrendous. like without context or anything, this thing looks terrifying. Let me see if I find like a decent picture of how they expect it to look now. Okay. Ooh, no, I can't do that. Why not? Sorry, I want to show you guys real quick. Or maybe I should share my screen. If I share my screen, am I going to see anything? Is anyone going to see anything bad? I'm scared to show my screen. You know what? Fuck it. I'll show a picture from the Jurassic Park game, the Jurassic World Evolution, whatever, because it's still pretty accurate. Okay, let me see if I'm able to like add these on stream. Okay, so here's one. So here's how it looks now, or how they expect it to look now, pretty much. Let me see if I can add the other ones in. Hold on, this is gonna be a history lesson. This is gonna be like a whole lesson here. And then this is how the fossil looks. So it's massive. These things are huge. Like these are people, like down here, right? And then so a person is probably like maybe not even at it's like the middle of its chest. It's like history, yippee. So this thing's like huge, you know, and it's super super large. And so now that we see how the skeletal, I'm gonna cover myself. Now that we see how it looks like skeletal wise and how it actually looks, the head looks. It does actually. I think it really does. Let's see. This is how people thought it looked originally. Oop, did it not upload? Let me see if I can do it again. No, I can't upload this picture. Let me see if I can get another picture real quick. The artist renditions of these things were fucking terrifying. Let's see if I can save it again. Hold on. We're trying this. We're figuring this out. Oh, here we go. This is a good picture. Oh, it still is. I hate that these files aren't like PNGs or something. Hold on. Well, I'm gonna show you guys how scary people thought these things were. Oh my god, it's like I have to pay for this website. Ah! Hold on. Okay, there we go. A JPEG, a regular image. Oh my god, it's so tiny. Okay, I'll zoom in. This is how they thought it looked versus how it actually did look. Like the differences is crazy. Like this looks like the one on the left looks like I could imagine it living today in like the modern times. This thing looks terrifying. It has super long legs. It has these crazy hands and this fucking terrifying body. I think if you like, it doesn't look super scary, and probably because we imagine it to be like, or at least we see like other dinosaurs and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I think it just looks like maybe like it just looks kind of creepy. I don't know. If I saw this thing running at me, I'd be so fucking scared. I'd be like, oh my god. But yeah, so it's kind of cool that there's like all these different kinds of like interpretations of fossils and like the animals pretty much based off like this is the skeleton is what everyone works with, and then they have to figure out where to go from there. So it's kind of cool how we started at this picture right here and we ended up with this picture, which is like most likely the most accurate. We're probably going to get it unless anything else comes out of it. But yeah, so I don't know, I think it's kind of cool. Like, it's just kind of fun facts, you know? Delete this picture, and then delete this picture, and then delete this picture. But yeah, I just think it's kind of funny, like, how we will see a fossil and try to figure out how it works, and we don't know anything about it, you know? So we'll try our best to draw it out, or, like, see if we're, like, able to, because I know that I did hear that if you are an artist for like paleontologists, pretty much like if you draw how you think a dinosaur would look, you can get like a decent amount of money, because not a lot of people do it. But the only reason why a lot of people don't do it is because like you're not just trying to figure out how something looked like based off the skeleton, but you have to kind of also have knowledge of how current day animals look like as well, like how they work and function, because like a lot of times like how dinosaurs used to live is reflected also in how current animals used to live. And I forgot what the word is. There's a term for traits that were gained genetically, like throughout the time, like through evolution, and traits that were gained because of the environment. So there's a name to both kind, and I forgot what it is. So you kind of, when it comes to dinosaurs, for the most part, you're trying to rely on traits that were gained not genetically but through the environment. So you also have to like know, like, okay, where was this fossil found? What was the time period like? Is there anything that might be similar to how the skeleton looks like now? So it's just one of those things where like, oh, if you draw, that's cool, but you also have to like know so much about like current animals and history and some other stuff to be able to even try to like figure out like how you would be able to like draw it and try to make it as accurate as possible. Reconstruction is inaccurate. Sometimes the features decays and complete before it's patched. Yeah, and then it's really hard just in general to figure out like, you know, like what is supposed to be there versus what's not supposed to be there or something, you know. I think they're getting a lot better at it now, at figuring out like figuring out what goes where, what doesn't, what belongs to what kind of dinosaur, that sort of thing. Because sometimes they also just in general have like things that like were probably pretty common back then, but like have no reason to be used now, kind of thing. Um, and so it's crazy. Sorry, I love talking about dinosaurs. Also, grasshopper. I finished the game already, so I don't know if I should do it again. I feel like I can't do it if I do it again. Cause so I have the game setting down really really low, but I had the game setting originally down to like around I think here, and if I laugh or anything, it goes up super super high. Um, so like I didn't. Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. So I didn't like. Oh my god, it's still like going crazy. Hold on. Okay. Actually, maybe not there. I'll leave it on that. Oh no. How do I make it not do that? Oh, I forgot. I remember how. I like put it. I was like thinking like, how did I make it not freak out last time? And I'm like, I remember now. I never did learn about dinos in school. Kind of wish I did. Do you know the game's Scanner Sombre? I don't. What kind of game is that? I'm gonna search it up right now. Whoa, what is this? This looks crazy. Is it like a horror game that's based off like the what's it called? The those like lights that tell you if something's there or not kind of thing? I've never seen this. Hold on. I'm gonna look it up on Steam real quick. Let's see. Oh, it's only like $6. That's not that bad. Let's see. Inspired by Gone Home and Dear Esther, Scanner Sombre is a cave exploration experience with stunning visuals and a terrifying theme. It is the sixth major video game released by Introvision Software, creator of the BAFTA award-winning Prison Architect as well as Uplink. Whoa. You navigate inside a cave using a LiDAR scanner. That looks sick. Sorry, I'm watching the trailer for it real quick. I just realized you guys could probably hear that because it's playing on my desktop. I'm sorry. That's cool. Okay, I'm gonna add it to my wish list so I can remember to buy it later. There's a game. There's actually before I talk about the game, I had another thought before that, and then yeah, you know. But I remember with like those scanners, a lot of times when people wanted to kind of like be a little cheap, at least when they were ghost like hunting and stuff like that, they would use like the Xbox like live scanner kind of things because those I guess were also effective to finding ghosts apparently. So people would use that to kind of see if there was like something in their vicinity or like if it was picking up any movement and stuff like that. So this kind of just reminded me of that. I think they did something similar in like the movie Paranormal Activity. I think like the sixth one I think it is or something. I know in one of the movies they do something with the Xbox Live or the Xbox 3D, not 3D, I'm dumb. Xbox, I forgot which one it was, but one of them. But yeah, it kind of reminds me of that, which is kind of cool, but also spooky. But wait, I was gonna say there's this other game that I want to buy, and it's not expensive, but I'm just kind of like too lazy to buy it. It's where is it? What's it called? Oh, there we go. It's called Home Safety Hotline, and it's supposed to be like kind of like not quite like a 911 thing, but it's kind of like you're in a call center and people call saying like, hey, I have like pests or something, can you like help me figure out how to get rid of them? Or hey, there's like some green goop or something on my walls, like how do I get rid of that kind of thing, right? And you have to kind of flick through all these different solutions to how to fix it and everything. But then there's also things of like, oh, there's a demon crawling in my attic. How do I get out? How do I get rid of that? Or there's a skinwalker impersonating my grandma. What do I do? Kind of thing, right? So I kind of want to get it because it looks cool. And it's not super expensive. I'm also kind of like, I want it to get cheaper because every time it's on sale, it's only like 10%, 15%. I want to be like 50% or something. If you're thinking of playing it, are you afraid of weeping angel? Oh, is it the same concept? Like, if you stop looking at it, it's gonna attack you. That's kind of scary. I played that game before. It was pretty swag. Ooh, okay, so maybe I will play it. It's on my wish list, so I'll probably pick it up at some point. I've never watched Doctor Who, but the weeping angel stuff is kind of creepy. Like, if you look away, it'll kill or attack you. That's spooky. I know I said I wanted to play more. When I debuted, one of my goals was to play more scary games because I'm like a bitch. But it's so hard. It's so hard to play scary games because they're scary and I don't like being scared. But I'll play it. I'll play Scanner Sombre because it looks cool and hopefully I don't get scared too bad. It doesn't look like it's gonna be super scary, but also at the same time I feel like I'm gonna underestimate it and it's gonna like bite me later. I have other games on my wish list I really want to play. I want to play Ready or Not, but I don't have anyone to play that with yet. At least not on stream. So it's just sitting in my wish list, kind of just sitting. I have the Killer Clowns from Outer Space, but again, I don't have anyone to play with. Same with Lethal Company. There's one game called Crow Country, which kind of is like a Roblox Silent Hill kind of look type of game. And it looks spooky, but I'm scared to get it, but it looks good, so I'm like refraining from getting it just yet. There's another game called Suckers for Love, Date to Die For, and I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's appropriate for me to play on YouTube or not, but it looked good. It looks pretty good. It's just in my wish list too. If you want something, some relaxing game, I recommend Dark Souls Evil. Oh my god, really? I want such a relaxing game. I think I will play that. It's gonna soothe my soul. I'm definitely not gonna hardcore rage at it for being killed multiple times by the enemies. No way. For the last few weeks, I've been playing through Assassin's Creed, Origins, Odyssey, and Valhalla. Ooh, nice. I love Assassin's Creed games. I haven't played too many, but they're all good games. I think I love the idea of like just these cool assassin guys killing people and like, you know, like the different time periods and the settings that they're in is just super cool too. Like, I love the amount of work that goes into like the designs and everything and like how they would fit in their time period. And another thing that's really cool too, fun fact about Assassin's Creed, is that for I forgot which game, it might have been their fourth game, the one in France, that, you know, they did like a full like copy of the I'm forgetting which cathedral it is. Oh, the Notre Dame Cathedral, right? They like completely copied it like at the same level and everything, like has all the details of like everything accurate, correct, like everything's correct, right? So I know when the Notre Dame like cathedral like burned down, they actually used the model from the game to try to see how well they can recreate it pretty much. So it was kind of cool that they were able to actually use that like the game to like fix like the historical monuments. I don't know, I think that's pretty cool. My first Assassin's Creed was Brotherhood. I don't think I've played that one. I think I've only played I'm trying to remember. I've played one of them and I don't remember which one it was. It was super long ago. Maybe I'll play those on stream. How much is it to buy it? Let's see. 'Cause I'm mildly broke right now. At my work, we used to have unlimited overtime, and then they stopped that recently, so I haven't been able to get like my couple extra bucks here and there. Assassin's Creed. Oh, they're actually not that expensive. Maybe I'll do... Valhalla is actually cheap right now. So is Unity... Maybe I'll get all the games, because it's all crazy cheap right now.
Can I get a bundle? How much is their bundle right now? Oh, never mind. The bundle's like $200. I'm not getting the bundle. Yeah, I learned a lot about the pyramids through Assassin's Creed Origins. Whoa. Yeah, I should play. I'll probably buy the ones that are like super cheap. Because I'm guessing if the bundle is like only 39% off, it's probably like, I mean, it's almost half off, almost from the original $454 like dollar price. But I'm assuming since it's still that high, there's probably games that aren't like on sale. So I'll probably just buy like the cheaper ones. Like I know, which one is this one? Assassin's Creed, the original one. I think it's like $5 on Steam right now. So I'll probably get like those ones and play them. Yeah, let me see what other games I have to play. I have a lot of games I want to play, but sometimes I don't feel like in the mood for it, and I feel bad because like I know I should diversify like my taste in games, but at the same time it's so easy just to go back to games that you know you like, and you know you can play it without like being like, oh, I don't know if I like this game or not kind of vibe. Because I also have like Bookshot Roulette. I have like Feeders to Fathom. Oh, I'm so scared of playing those games, but I have them. I have like Little Nightmares and like I also have The Witcher 3. I haven't funny enough, I haven't played any of the other Witcher games besides the third one. But I think I'm only like 5 hours into the third one. So I kind of maybe I'll play it on stream to like force myself to finish playing it cuz I know it's a good like game and story. But yeah, real. It is so easy to go back to the games you've played, you know. And sometimes I want to play like quote unquote cringe games. Like they have like very niche fandoms, but I don't want to play it at the same time because then like if I play it with you guys are be like, what the hell is this? And it'll be too hard for me to explain everything. I would have to do like a presentation beforehand to explain things to you, and then we'd be able to play the game kind of thing. So yeah, it's just I have some games like that I want to play so bad, but I think it would be more of a hassle to play it on stream versus just privately playing it. Like Minecraft SMP, no thanks. No. Well, actually, I think I do have a stream of when I played on the VTuber SMP. Low key, I wasn't a fan of it. I tried talking in that server, like I would type to people because I don't know, I'm still kind of like I'm really small still as a VTuber, right? Like I'm not like popular or anything. I think I barely have like 100 maybe 20 followers on Twitter and like 20 people on here, right? So I'm not big or anything, and I like networking too is like scary and hard. So I kind of hoped that like being on that server would be a lot easier because, you know, if everyone on that server is a streamer, then it just makes it easier, right? And I would try to make jokes and talk in the chat, like, you know, little things here and there, but no one really would reply to me or say anything. So it just kind of got weird. I was thinking like, why am I going to play on this Minecraft server where no one wants to talk to me, no one wants to play, like I don't know, it just didn't make sense for me to keep playing. Like no offense to the server host, which I believe her name is Dorka or Dorka, something along those lines. I always forget how to pronounce her name properly. Because she's nice. She seems like a fine VTuber in general, but I don't know, the vibes on the server just weren't it. But then I don't know, I've heard in general the VTuber community, the vibes are very hostile sometimes. So that's kind of also why I'm like nervous of like talking to people as a VTuber, because I'm like scared that like I don't know, like I'm scared something's gonna happen and they're gonna be mean to me or something. On Twitter, it's like there's a lot of people who are like, oh my god, I want to make friends with like VTubers, like I don't care if you're small or big, comment on this and like say hi and we can be friends or something, right? There's been a couple times where I've like messaged being like, oh hi, you know, like nice to meet you, and I kind of give like a really short intro and everything, and if I'm lucky they'll like the reply and maybe reply themselves, but usually they just ignore the message. And then I kind of realized like after trying it a couple times, I'm like, oh, these are just like bait, like it's just for people to boost their posts so people see their name and they're not actually looking for friends. They're just trying to like, it's like engagement bait pretty much. And I don't know, that kind of was like annoying. I don't know, it's just kind of hard being friends with VTubers and stuff like that. um I am kind of tempted to play on a Minecraft SMP because, well, while I was watching the Jurassic Park movies earlier, I was also I was playing Minecraft with some friends, and a lot of them are like admins on this other server, and so yeah, so they're like showing me around like their server and being like, oh yeah, here's we have this and yada yada, and it's really fun on the server. Like everyone's really nice. Like the server's kept very like nice and it's maintained very well pretty much. And I was thinking like, oh, maybe I can like stream play on the server, but at the same time, like if I streamed on the server, I'm scared that like, I don't know, I think it'd be too close for comfort, like, because I play on it personally, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to have to like stream on it from my other account and then have like two accounts on the same server pretty much. I'm so tempted to, because everyone on that server is pretty nice, and I'm like halfway done building my home. VTubers are evil, Kumo allegedly. They are kind of. Not all of them, but some of them are. It's brutal watching, like, if you watched like any of what's his name, I think evil, no, what's his name, what's that drama VTuber name, not Purple Eyes, I think evil, no, what is his name, I'm trying to remember. I was such a drama VTuber and see if he comes up. False Eye, there we go. Evil Neuro, no. She's funny though, but if you watch any videos from like False Eye, like it kind of makes you paranoid, because then you see like all the scummy things that like VTubers are up to and stuff like that. I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. And then, ooh, actually, one drama VTuber I hate seeing any comment, like any. Actually, no, I have two. Now I'm thinking about it, I have two. One of them is, he's like not a lot of people really like him. His name is Kyo, I think, like spelled Khoy, I think. Most VTubers I know personally are like kind of yeah, I think, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's like being an anime person like online, but like something about it just like people are can just disconnect themselves so easily, like of like, oh, whatever I say online isn't gonna matter, I'm just an anime person, ha ha ha. But like, no, those are still real people. Just because I don't look like a real person doesn't mean that you're not real. Makes you feel like an anime protagonist IRL. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I mean, I know the idea that if you're in general like a content creator, you have to be kind of like a little self-centered to a degree, because you have to be able to talk like about you, or like make things about you, right? That's like the point of a streamer, right, kind of thing. But I think some streamers just take it way too far, where they're like, I'm the main character, I'm important, why don't people do this for me, I'm gonna do this, it just goes crazy. And it shows definitely in the community, because like so many people have it out against each other, like I've seen it, like, again, the only bright side about me not making friends as VTubers is that like I haven't gone to any of these kind of dramas myself, but so many times I've seen like DMs get leaked because like person A wants to make person B look really bad or something, and it's just kind of scary, like, to know that there's a lot of people out there that would throw you under the bus just so they can look good or something, or just so they can improve their reputation or get views or clicks or whatever it is, right? Like I think that's crazy. Salvi is another VTuber news channel. He also introduced small. Oh, that's cool. Actually, I'm gonna search him up right now. Salvi, VTuber. I can't type. Sylvie. I put a Sylvie. I'm so dumb. Wait, no, is it Sylvie or is it Sylvie? Hold on. I had Sylvie come up with my first one. Maybe it's a different VTuber. This is a VTuber that came up on here. Well, to help them get discovered. Let me see if I can find them real quick. Salvi the blue squirrel. Aw. Oh, okay, I see it here. Oh, you know what? I haven't watched this guy's videos, but I have seen his model around here and there. I'm gonna subscribe. Um, but yeah, like, what was I saying? I was gonna say something earlier. But VTubers are scary. They're a different breed, I would say. But still, either way, I wanted to become a VTuber. I'm here. I'm gonna make the best of it. I'm gonna enjoy the things I wanted to enjoy, and not freak out too much about the other things. Um, I'm trying to think. There was like, oh, I was talking about drama channels, and there's two drama channels I don't like, and one of them is Kyo, the guy I mentioned earlier, because he just talks shit and doesn't like. He either like insinuates a lot of things without the evidence, or he like assumes things, or he jumps on drama really really fast, so he doesn't have all like the story pretty much, and he always makes someone look super bad, which sucks because not every story has a villain. Every like sometimes there's just misunderstandings, or sometimes there's just like issues that should have just been solved privately that really you don't need to be paying attention to at all. Like, you know, it just, not every drama has to be exposed, and not every drama has to be like, oh my god, this person said that they don't want to be friends with this other person. Crazy. Like, Kyo is kind of like the Keemstar of like the VTuber community, and I hate him so bad. I try watching some of his videos, and every time I felt really icky watching his videos, just because it's like, none of them were like interesting, or like I felt like worth my time. So I just stopped watching him in general. I think I blocked him on Twitter. Another drama channel VTuber I don't really like is Alara. And I think she does like variety things too, so she's not just like a new quote unquote news like streamer. But same thing with her. She's so quick to, like, she's the kind of person, from what I've seen from like her tweets and like stuff like that, because I used to follow her. She seems like the kind of person that like you would be like, oh my god, guys, like my best friend just like broke up with me or something, and we're not friends anymore or something. She's the kind of person that would slide into your DMs and be like, oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Can you tell me more details so I can help and support you? I just want to know so I'm informed, but I need to know what happened between you guys so I can treat the situation like in a respectable way, but please tell me all the details of everything that happened. And then she'll go on her stream being like, guys, guess what? Person A and person B aren't friends anymore, and this is what they told me. Like, this. That's the kind of vibes I get from her. I do not like it. She's just so annoying. I don't know. That's my personal feelings on those two. I tried VTubering for a while, and it was odd. I streamed consistently with another guy, and he had a stream persona that was like nothing like him IRL, and it was just weird going along with it. Oh. Are you applying on VTuber corpos, or do you prefer to be indie? What's your opinion on Mujin? Mujin? I don't know who that is. Let me search up Mujin real quick. Who is Mujin again? Mujin. Ultimately, I do want to go corporate. I originally really, really wanted to be a Niji Sanji. But we all know how that kind of turned out for everyone there. So Niji Sanji is off the table now. It's a V-drama tuber who is a VTuber now. Whoa. Let me see. I don't think I've watched this channel before. I'll probably watch those videos later to figure out like who he is. He has a lot of Genshin stuff. It's kind of a red flag. I think almost a red flag if someone only posts like Genshin things, or like a lot of Genshin things, because I don't know, the Genshin community too already is kind of like scary. If you want to go I can't read. If you want to go corpo, we're allowed to call you corporate. I'm a rat. But no, I really do want to be corporate, because I love what really makes me want to be corporate is that I want to be in a gen so bad. Like, I want to debut with like other people and be like, oh my god, we're all buddies, kind of like found friend. I don't know, maybe am I lonely? Do I just want friends? But I just love the idea. I love the idea of debuts. I love the idea um of like being a part of something that will support you, kind of, because like right now I'm doing everything on my own. I'm doing like, obviously I'm doing everything on my own, right? Like I've done my own clips. I haven't done many because they're time consuming, but I do my own clips. I do my own thumbnails. You know, like my stream setup I've done myself. The only thing I haven't done for my stream is the music, my model and rigging, of course, and any fan art that I use on my stream. But everything else I kind of pretty much do my own. Like I do my own graphics if I can. Like I do everything, and it'd be so nice just to have that kind of like, for example, I know Idol has almost unlimited money for their talents, and like I think it's cool that all the talents have their own like corporate like credit card that they're able to use, and they're able to like do anything they want to improve their stream quality, which I don't know, I think that's pretty sick. I really love that. Corporate rat, sorry. Oh, you innocent soul, Kumo. What? Are you a rat? I thought you were a bear, Kuma. No, I'm wait, do you guys not know what I am? You know, it makes sense because my character design skills was not the greatest at the time when I designed my model. Here, let me see if I can switch over to, is it this picture? It is. Okay, I'm gonna switch over here, and I'm gonna make this bigger so that way you guys can see me. Okay. I'm a thundercloud VTuber. But you know, I can see where you get bear because I also have my little buns that make it look kind of like ears. But no, I'm supposed to be thundercloud. Like I kind of, when I commissioned my artist, I kind of wanted her to go a little heavier on like the lightning stuff, and I don't want to talk badly about it because I'm thankful I have my model, but yeah, I wanted her to go a little heavier on it, but she didn't. So I was like, okay, well that's fine. Like, it's just something I gotta live with. And then let me see if I can toggle. There you go. And then I have like my little hands and everything too. And so my color palette is kind of like black, blue, and gold and kind of stuff, you know. But yeah, that's my theme. So I'm gonna try my best to like get a better design that like shows what I'm supposed to be. A better design. And wait, you designed your own model? I kind of took a lot of inspiration. It was kind of like one of those things where like I saw all these cool like art on Pinterest, and I was like, whoa, I want this and I want that and I want this and that. And when I finally got it made, it kind of looked cool, but it kind of wore off on me a little bit, and I was kind of like, man, I should have picked something like cooler, or like maybe not my design. But at the point, it was too late. I was already like $800 deep. I already bought the model pretty much. But yeah, obviously I didn't draw it. It was my artist that had drawn it and everything, but I generally designed the most part. But yeah, the only thing I will for sure keep in any redesign I get is gonna be like my hair. I do truly love my hair, but ankles aren't supposed to look like that. You should go to the doctor. Wait, what's wrong with my ankles? Hold on, let me move my feet. What's wrong with my ankles? Wait, what do you mean? Now I'm self-conscious about my feet. Is it because they get smushed a little bit? Is that why? She stole from... I would never steal from smaller artists. OMG drama. No, but another thing too, I think, so my hair, I will for sure be keeping generally the same, like the design, but when I gave the reference art to my artist, she also didn't quite get what I was trying to say of like what I wanted. So I wanted, I won't show you guys the original art because my art sucks. At least in that picture, I wasn't the biggest fan of it. Let me see if I can find, I think on my Twitter, I have like art that I have drawn that was like supposed to like closely be like what I was looking for. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I meant the lightning on your leg. Sorry, I'm not speaking well. No, it's okay. I was like, no, what's wrong? Did I break my ankles and I didn't know about it? um but I love the, I don't know, I really love character designs where the hands and feet are kind of like darkened, kind of like demon stuff. I don't know. I think it looks cool, and I thought that would be like a unique feature of like, oh, I would literally have like lightning coming out of like my appendages, pretty much. I thought it was kind of cool. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's a little edgy, but like I really like the idea. I still like the idea. Um, and I asked my artist too originally. I was like, oh, so when you draw this, are you gonna draw the lightning on different layers? And she's like, oh yeah, of course, they're gonna be on completely different layers. And I'm like, oh, nice, perfect. And then like I got my art and I was like, oh, it's on the exact same layer as the rest of the hand. So there's no way that this could be rigged to like shine or have any effects added to it or anything. So that kind of made me a little sad. um Let me see real quick if I could look on my account profile. Let me see. I know I posted a picture not too long ago. Oh, here we go. Let me see. Okay, save it in downloads. I'm lazy. Save. Okay. Can't throw it on stream. Is that allowed? Let me see. That's not it. That's not the picture. Okay. Let me see if I can upload it separately then. Image. Okay. Browse. Sorry, real quick. I'm trying to like find the picture. Didn't save. Why didn't it save? Actually, maybe I'll show you guys like my Vroid model. I made a Vroid model originally because I was thinking like, oh, maybe a Vroid's cheaper than like doing like a regular like model and everything. But then at the same time, I was kind of like, I wanna have like a 2D model so bad. Kind of thought it looked nicer than my Vroid. Do I not have this picture available? Oh, here it is. So this is what I had drawn as like my own art. This is before, I think I drew this before I had my model done officially. But this is kind of like the hair that I wanted. So how my artist interpreted my hair is that the tufts on the side of my head are connected to my bangs. But I kind of wanted my tufts to be like a part of my my hair, not like the bang part and everything. And so yeah, that's kind of like the kind of style I was going for. But here, let's do a little side by side kind of thing. But yeah, so it just came out a little differently. So if I do get like a 2.0 kind of model, I'll probably go with a hairstyle more similar to this, versus like what I have right now. Cause it's cute, but it's not quite what I want. Like not quite what I was looking for. But yeah, it looks great. Design and ring. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I think well, for what it is, it's good. Like I don't want to make it sound like I hate my model. I truly do love my model. I like the quality. I like how the art and everything came out. The rigging too was really good. My I think Otter Chisu is her name. She did a really, really good job. She did it for not a bad price either. Like I might go to her again to get my model done. She added a lot of really cute details too, like my mouth. Like she's the one that added that kind of like that, how it kind of like points at the ends like that, like little cat mouth kind of almost. She did that, but she did a really good job. I think she did like pretty good for what she was given, because I think that since my artist rushed a little bit at the end, there were some parts that like made it a little more harder to like rig. But she did it really well. I really enjoy like what I got pretty much. She's very, very good. Keyboard jump scare. I know. Sorry, I was trying to see. My OBS is like, I have to clean it. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. My OBS is really messy right now. Like I have to go through and like clean up everything I have on here. And then, but yeah. So okay, I'm trying not to, because I do want to get a new model like in the future, maybe hopefully in a few months. I don't know if it'll be in a few months, maybe it'll be longer than that, but I'm trying to redesign my character, but I'm scared that if I design it again, I'm not gonna like how it turns out. So I think I'm gonna redesign it myself and then give it to an artist and be like, please make changes if you think it'll look cooler, kind of thing, and see what they change to it. So then it's not wholly like what I'm making. It's like kind of almost like a collaboration or something, because I don't know. I think I'll be more happy with it if like other people kind of like help me figure it out, kind of thing, you know? Um, but yeah, I don't know. Just little things that I'm trying to like think of like doing and stuff like that. Um, yeah, so I was like staring at my model. I was like, whoa. Sometimes I forget how like reactive it is. Um, I have to tune it a little better though, because the mouth tracking isn't bad. I just know that like I mutter a little bit, like I mumble kind of. So since my mouth is very like tight, like closed, or looks like it's closed more often, my model has a harder time picking up like mouth movements. So I have to like fine tune it better so it can like pick up what I'm trying to like do with my face and stuff. I love how my little buns too, they like move around and shake and everything. Um but yeah, that's kind of like my model, you know, little things here and there. For sure I'm keeping the boots. I think for sure the things I'm keeping is the boots, maybe not the exact shorts, but a similar kind of shorts, and my hairstyle. And also like my eyes. I like heterochromia, right? Is that what it's called? Heterochromia? Let me see how close I can zoom in. How intimate we can be. Oh, and the beam brows. I love beam brows. I remember someone told me they did not like beam brows, and I kind of felt a little offended. I was like, how do you not like them? They're cute. They're cute. They're adorable, and they're on all the best characters. Not the hetero. Maybe commission some background. Yeah, I'll probably do that too. But backgrounds are so expensive, so that's also like, I don't know what I should do first. Background first, and then model, or model and then background. But because I kind of want to have like, you know, when VTubers have like their 2.0, and they usually have like a bunch of new things done. Like they have like updated graphics, updated like model, updated like everything else and stuff like that. I kind of want to do that, but I know it'd be like a pretty penny to do that, so I have to like figure out my budgeting and price and everything before I go crazy. Heterosexual chromia. Yeah, exactly. I have heterophobia. New sus toggles. I don't know. Should I have sus toggles? Like, what kind of sus are we talking about? Because I don't know. I did consider it for a bit. I'm like, should I be a like quote unquote lewd tuber? You know, where I do like like lewd kind of things. But then I don't know. I don't feel like I could do that. I don't think it's within my personality to do sussy things. You know. I think I'm kind of just like a little goofball. You know. I love talking about dinosaurs, and I love talking, so it's just so I don't know if I could be like sussy, you know. No, don't fall there. Yeah, you're very weird, but not in a sus way. Okay, good. Would not recommend doing YouTuber thingy. It was not very epic. Yeah, and then plus I don't think I can be a YouTuber because like I got nothing here. Like there's absolutely nothing. I think like there's nothing. I I don't know what I can bring to the table. Like I'm bored. So that's kind of a reason why I went with the design too, because I it's kind of how I am a little bit in real life, in my flesh model, as you may call it. Um, but cause there's some parts of my model where I was like, okay, this is the inspiration I'm getting from how I look like IRL and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say what parts, right? Besides this part, right? Um, but yeah, so there's some reasons why my model looks a little bit how it looks and stuff like that. Um, I am the table. Yeah, I'm the fucking cutting board. I am. I, I got nothing. um, but yeah, I don't think I could be a loot tuber at all. Like, I really, I try to go with a design where I'm like, okay, if art, if someone wants to make art, they can. Like, I'm not against that. Like, you know, I think in general, I can't really restrict people from drawing what they want to draw, kind of thing, you know. But also, like, you know, I'm not gonna really have anything to make myself look lewd per se, you know, quote unquote, or anything, unless I start doing like those ASMRs where I was like, those ASMRs where I'm like, oh yeah, and then I do this to you, and then, you know, like those kind of like ASMRs, or maybe if I put like those like mommy kind of vibes or something where I'm like, oh yeah, sweetie, I'm your mother, you know. Something like that. I think I'd feel too uncomfortable doing that. Maybe, I don't know. It just, I don't know how people do that. I would get too embarrassed. I think I would just nonstop laugh if I had to do like a like inappropriate stream. I would just be laughing the whole time. I'd be so scared. I'd be like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just like be for real, for real. Wow, you relate to me so much. You know, I think it's okay to be like flat in general. You know, you don't always have to have something. You know, it's just, it's all right. I don't know if I'm coping or not, but it's all right. But yeah, so I really did think about like potentially being like a YouTuber, because I was like, oh, usually they bring in a lot of money. They get fans easy. They get a lot of donations, like all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, like if I rely on that, if I rely on having big personalities and a curvy model or something, then that just means my personality sucks, and like I need something else to assist me or something, you know. So out of pride and everything else, I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna be my little weird self. ASMR are not for me. You missed my whole don't scream ASMR where I talked about dinosaurs. Wow, you would have sold your soul to the devil. I know, I really would have. I think something that I kind of don't like in the VTuber community too is that there's a lot of like people who get models done who like have only the sole intention of like being eye candy pretty much for their viewers, and like sometimes, and like not all the time, but sometimes the designs like are really cool where I'm like, oh my god, I love how like the hair looks, or I love like whatever outfit they're wearing, or the concept that they are, or whatever it is, right? Sometimes they're pretty cool, but sometimes like you can just tell by looking at a model, you're just like, oh, this is just for sex appeal. This is just for people to get like off like on like a fantasy or something. And then they complain sometimes on Twitter, on not Twitter, on about Twitch being like, oh my god, I got banned on Twitch because they said I was inappropriate. How can this be? And I'm just like, bro, your model is practically naked. Like I don't know I don't know what you wanted Twitch to do, but they're gonna ban you. You know, it's just, I don't know. I've noticed that too in the VTuber community where it's just some people want like either really big like, you know, personality type models, or if they're dudes, they'll have like that deep like fried voice, you know, kind of like a what's that one guy's name? Oh my god, I forgot his name. But that one guy who was streamed with like offline TV all the time, I forgot his name. I feel so bad. But like how he had like his like I think it was like a disorder. I think he had like an illness or something that caused him to talk that deep. But then everyone was kind of like, oh my god, he's just so hot. I'm gonna talk that deep too, you know. But they're a watch for them. not for their personality, but for their personality. Yeah. Corpse. Yeah, corpse. That's what I'm thinking of. I think a lot of like male VTubers kind of, not all of them, of course, right? But like there's a handful of male VTubers out there that kind of like fry their voice and talk super deep to kind of appeal to that like corpse type of like personality or voice, whatever it is. And I don't know, it's kind of weird. Oh, my little cat sneeze right next to me, super cute. Lewd content creators would sometimes announce they would stop doing lewd roleplay, only to backtrack when their views drop. Yeah, yeah, I'm sad for their throats. Oh, I hate the people that constantly show off their deep voice. Makes me feel like I'm being touched through the screen. Oh, imagine the hands just come through the screen like, come here. But yeah, I know, like, no shame on like a specific lewd tuber from Niji Sanji who is a British demon, right? But I remember he was like, guys, I'm gonna stop doing these like ASMRs because you guys are being too parasocial, and like I don't like you. You guys are my friends, yada yada, this and that. But then I remember seeing he came back out with like him saying tweets of like, guys, I love you all so much. You all mean so much to me, and you're all my friends, and like I love you. I would do so many things to you guys. I remember he had like some weird tweets out there where I was like, okay, you were complaining that your fans are very parasocial, but then at the like a month or two later, you're going back and encouraging parasocial behavior. Like that's not how it works, buddy. Like you gotta put a boundary there. You know, you can't have a harsh stance of parasocial fans, but then equally feed the flame. You know, that's not how it works. No. Oh, I can't say that. I can't say that on stream. The Sharpie beard guy. No, does he have a? No, it's the EN branched one. The British demon who's supposed to be a Japanese like demon, pretty much. But he's like a white British guy in real life. Bro, parasocial relationships are like the base of influencers / VTubers. They are. Parasocial stuff also creeps me out. Like I like to tease certain streamers, but they're people I know IRL. Yeah. I don't know. I always try to keep in mind like oh, these people are like, if I'm watching someone stream and I feel like, oh my god, I feel like I think I can see why people find it so easy to fall for like parasocial relationships, because when you're watching someone stream, right, you almost feel like you're having a conversation with them depending on how intimate it is. And if you watch this person stream like every single day, you feel like you learn a lot about them. So then it kind of makes you almost feel like, oh my god, we're like friends, we're BFFs, haha, this kind of thing, right? But like people have to like kind of remember, like, these people don't know you don't know these people, you know, kind of thing, right? Like I don't know, I can see how people fall into that easily, but it's just one of those things where like, I don't know, you have to like be aware of what you're doing to yourself too. Like if you find yourself attaching too much to a streamer that you've never met, it's kind of like I don't know, you gotta like reflect on that too. like be careful, you know. Yeah, he got a beard drawn like a Sharpie. Does he have a beard? No. Han. I'm too scared to say his name. I'm scared like any color is gonna like strike me down or something for talking bad about him. Is it? I don't think he has a beard, unless we're thinking about different ones. No, he doesn't have a beard. He's he has like long black hair with like red streaks in it. There's a lot of lonely woman out there. He's like Voldemort. Yeah. Well, everything we talked here is alleged. Yeah, allegedly. Everything here, allegedly. Everything I said previously, allegedly. Yes, he has on the soldier model. Oh, I forgot. He has his other model. His it's where he has a straw hat, right? Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god, he does. It does look kind of weird. I found his thumbnail for Tekken. Oh, he has chest hair. I just realized. I don't like that. Not a fan of that. Um, why does it feel? Why do I feel uncomfortable looking at his like picture? I don't know. I don't like it. It appeals too much, I think, to the sex drive that people have for him. You know. You're gonna have to send me his name on Discord later. I don't know who the fuck you're talking about. I'll send you his name right now on Discord. Hold on. Let me open Discord. Oh my god, I almost sent to the wrong chat. They would have been like, huh? Fujo, but yeah, that was kind of weird. That's also another reason why I was kind of like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna join Niji Sanji, because like, not that a lot of their talents are like weirdos, but some of them are, and I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want to be friends with weirdo behavior kind of thing, you know. So I guess that's one of the chances you take when you join like a corpo company, because either way, it's kind of like getting a real job where you don't know who you're gonna work with. You don't know like how they are, especially if they're like entertainers, right? Like on screen they may be one way, and off screen they're like a completely different way. So I don't know. I feel like that's low key kind of something I'm like nervous about. Of like, oh, what if I join a company and I befriend people, but then they're like not people I like or something. Like, I don't know. It's a little thing I'm nervous about sometimes. I knew it was that person. The sisters are out for blood, so it's wise not to name them. Oh, too late. I only know about their existence because of Mujin. I heard. Actually, wait, no, I'm not. I shouldn't talk about him anymore because I don't want any color to come and smite me down and kill me instantly. I would like blow up. I would like. I would blow up from the inside. That's how they'd get me. I feel like I've been talking a lot of shit about VTubers. I shouldn't be doing that. I should be saying good things about VTubing. That's why I think you're an innocent soul when you said you like to debut with a group of friends and stuff. I think it'd be fun. I don't know, like I want to say it. I think it'd be really really fun. But I don't know. I mean, worst case, I do it for a year, I don't like it, and I just quit or something, right? Best case, I love it, and I do it until I'm like, I die. So, it's a toss-up, you know? Like, I think Idol is kind of... I've heard mixed things about Idol. But I think they have cool talents. So, and from what it seems like they generally treat their talents good. I know they were bought out recently by Hero. Is that what the company was called? I forgot what the company was called. Something like that. And so I don't know how their management's gonna be like now. But I know in general most of their talents are kind of happy with them. I know I think twice they've shown to have like issues paying out their talents, but usually it's with specific circumstances. It's not like it's a typical like, oh, I don't get paid by them, but it's kind of more like oh, this check didn't go through for whatever reason kind of thing, or in the contract it says they can't like use their money for something specific, but then they try to use it. I don't know, it's just different things, right? I've heard. So they seem interesting to apply for and everything, but I know as they grow, the more and more generations that come through, like it's gonna get harder and harder to get in. I don't know. I feel like if I end up being indie forever, like I'm okay with that too. Like I'm not originally I want to start VTubing so I can become corpo, but I think now I'm at the point where I'm kind of like, okay, well it'd be cool to be in a corporate, you know, setting or something like that. Because then there's that support, balance, like everything else you need, right? But then also it's nice being indie because I can kind of just do whatever I want, talk about whatever I want, and not have to worry about things. But I don't know. It's a mix. There's pros and cons, I think, to both, you know? V Shoujo is getting good. Oh yeah, but V Shoujo is like almost impossible to like get in. I'm pretty sure if I apply, I don't think I'd ever get in. I know they typically... I'm not trying to say that Shoujo only allows their friends to come in, because I know it's not true. But they typically look for people who are already kind of established, you know, which makes sense. You know, if you're gonna run a company, it's better to have like talents that are established. So then when you like you apply and everything and you accept them, you're not just bringing on a new talent to gain more viewers, but you're also bringing on the people that are already attached to that talent and everything. So I don't think I'd ever get in unless, I don't know, I did blow up, which I don't see happening at least anytime soon for sure. But yeah, I think it'd be cool at least. If I were to ever get in, I think it'd be kind of cool. Especially since like the retirement home of like VTubers, if you know what I mean. I don't know if I can properly talk about this. Most VTubers I know say oh my god, I can't read. Say staying solo is best. But you know, it's your choice. Yeah, I think I'll have to see, because I don't know, maybe because I don't know, maybe it's because I'm lonely or something. I think what's most appealing to, not just like the stuff that comes with like being a part of a company, of like, oh, you get to do like debuts and have like friends and all whatever it is and stuff like that. But also the idea of like potentially just playing video games all day and getting paid for it like sounds really good. I'm low-key kind of lazy. So if I had a chance to be able to kind of just stay at home, play video games, and stress about online things, then like I'm set. I think I'm okay. Like if I don't have to go to another 9 to 5 job, and especially like answer phones. My current job, we're not a call center or anything, but we do have to answer calls and stuff like that. And I hate talking to people sometimes. Like I can't say anything specific, but I just hate talking to people sometimes. Just talking to people sucks. And then dealing with the coworkers I have now, some of them are cool and some of them are just like, ooh, I can just go off on them. You know, so I think that idea is very appealing, to never have to work another day, quote unquote work another day, you know. Base connected to good too, but you're not mentally ill, are you? Am I? I don't think I am. If you mean like Pippa mentally ill, no. But if it's kind of like, I think Tenma is a little calmer, right? She's like little, you know. I think I can match her vibes. But I know I cannot match like Pippa. She's crazy. It doesn't show. Yeah. I was raised to be a hard worker, and I have the ethics to be a hard worker. But you know, it's what's that meme? It's like born to do blank, forced to do blank. I'm like I'm born to play games online and not do work, but I'm forced to work and clock into my 9 to 5. I'm like, so in Spanish, or at least in Mexican Spanish, people like that are called specifically like niña fresas. Like specifically, it translates to like, literally translates to strawberry girl, but it's like kind of more for like people who are like spoiled and kind of like lazy, almost like Valley Girl type of girl, where they're like, oh, I just want to shop and I just want to like do my little thing. I'm a little bit like that, not quite to that extreme. But I remember my dad, anytime I told him I was lazy to do something, he's like, oh, you're such a niña fresa. And like, and so sometimes I'm like, maybe I am a little bit. Just a little bit. Tenma, calm? I think we're talking about different Tenmas. I've only seen calm clips of her. Oh, let me look up some clips. I've only seen like, oops, Tenma. Let me see.
If it's not showing on the screen, you can fuck off. You do better.
Oh wait, I forgot my. I keep forgetting that my stream is still hooked up to my desktop. You guys are just hearing Tenma come through. Seth MacFarlane was born to rival Frank Sinatra, but forced to be Peter Crips. What the fuck? It's true, but I didn't think I'd ever hear that. But yeah, That's it's just me being lazy. Um, I have different motivators. I have on the surface, if you ask me like why I want to be a part of a corporate, it's because I want all the cool things that comes with it. But if you really ask me about it on a deeper level, I just straight up just want to play games and get money. I meant the mentally ill stuff, but slay. I'm not mentally ill, right? Right? Am I right, guys? I probably have something wrong with me. I don't know what it is. I'll figure it out one day, but I think in general, I'm just, I get a high off life, So, like, there's nothing wrong with me. I just enjoy life, The sponsors, the merch, what else? Ooh, doing meet and greets I think would be super cool. I think I would love to do meet and greets. Um, but I don't know, like maybe not, but maybe yeah, because I think meet and greets you get a mixed bag of like fans who are like, oh, I really love and appreciate everything you do, and then you get like fans that are like, oh my god, oh, thank you for meeting me. I have a shrine of you. You're in a jar on my desk at home. Like it's a mixed bag. I think where you get one or the other, but I think that'd be a cool experience either way. So I would love to do a meet and greet. And meet and greets scare me. I honestly don't know how more people aren't kidnapped as a result of them. Really? Is it because you go in a room by yourself and like there's curtains everywhere for VTubers and stuff? I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I've been in a couple meet and greets before. They're kind of cool. It does get a little awkward because the ones I've been at, like, it's usually a pretty decently sized room with like a little space for the meet and greet to actually happen. So you're just in this massive room taking up a little bit of space. I have a pillow. I have a pillow. Oh, I have a wait, I can't read. I have a pillow with your model in it. Imagine it's hard. It's not a pillow anymore. Otakus are stinky though. Have you been to conventions? I have. I've been to too many. But that's the cool thing. If you're a VTuber, you're not actually there meeting them. You're through a screen, so it's okay. I don't have to smell them. There was a couple people. I'm not gonna lie. A couple people off Kai, like when I went this year. Oh my god, they smelled so bad. Like, I would hold my breath going through large crowds of people. Oh, my phone. I would literally hold my breath going through large crowds of people because I'd be so scared that like I was gonna whiff something really bad. And it sucks because it was like super hot on those days too, so it just it just sucked. But I know what I signed up for, being a VTuber. Oh, you're right, lucky bastard. I know some VTubers do go to the cons either way though, so if I do have a meet and greet, chances are that like I'd also be there, like walking around or something. Because I don't know, I think it'd be kind of cool. I like the con experience of like going around meeting people. It's cool. You never know who you're gonna meet, what you're gonna do, and everything. Like me and my friend that went to Offkai this year, we like accidentally befriended the person who worked on Doki Bird's like, keyboard. And we didn't know. We just thought he was like a random guy who's also really into keyboards. And then we went to the keyboard meet and everyone's like, oh my god, that guy's like such a celebrity here. Like everyone like, this guy's so cool. I wish I could go talk to him. And me and my friend were like, we've been talking to him all con. Because we just kept bumping into him. So we're like, we've been talking to him all con. What do you mean he's just not some guy? And it's just funny, like you just meet people and you make connections and that kind of stuff. It's just kind of cool. Oh my god, I just cracked my back. I'm like old. I can feel the arthritis kicking in. I was literally talking to a couple friends about that like earlier today because he was like, oh Kumo, you're so old. Like, I think I'm like 5 years older than him. And I'm like, I'm not that old. And he's like, yeah, you're so old. Like, I'm calling you grandma at this point. And I'm like, no, I'm not even that old. I'm hip. I know the slang. I know what the kids say these days. Never been to a convention of any kind unless the gun show counts. I think a gun show counts. I think sometimes gun shows have slapped the word convention on them, so I think it counts. What actually counts as a convention? Let me search it up. What counts as a convention? Let's see what Google says. A convention is a large-scale event that brings people together to share a common interest or topic. Conventions are often held for specific industries, fandoms, or professions that can include activities like panel discussions, workshops, demonstrations, exhibitions, and vendor booths. The goal of a convention is to provide a platform for people to connect, share their interests, and celebrate their commonalities. Conventions can also provide opportunities for networking, forming partnerships, exchanging knowledge, promoting offerings, and generating new ideas. Okay, maybe it was a convention then. Yeah, I think a lot of things can be considered conventions, to be honest, even though the word convention isn't slapped onto it. But yeah, I went to a couple anime conventions because my school friends were otakus, and OMG, the face masks were a thing back then. Oh my god, I remember I was cleaning out like some things, like in my childhood home. And I found a bunch of face masks I used to have, and I like cringed at them because I was like, oh, I've worn these once and that was it, and they all cost me I think like $12 or $15, and I regretted it so bad. I kept thinking about like little 13-year-old me being like, hey, this is so cool, oh my god, I'm gonna look so sick wearing this. I'm like a kid. Another thing, actually, now I'm thinking about, another thing that was like in back then was like, I don't know if you guys had it in your cons over there, honey, but like yaoi paddles were like a really big thing. They were like paddles that said yaoi on them, and like, I don't know, I think time was such a different time back then. Like the norms. I want to go to Miku concert convention, but I can't travel. Ooh, I'm not gonna lie, I've been to one Miku concert. It was the one that happened recently this year, and it sucked. Like, I'm glad I got to see her like in a concert, but it just kind of felt like a YouTube video playing live. I don't know. They didn't have like the proper hologram, and that kind of like killed it for me. I think they should have disclosed that originally before like officially selling the tickets, because I don't know, I felt cheated. I was like, I came here for a hologram and instead I got a glass panel. Like, it's not the same. Yaoi paddles go hard. I don't know her. Hatsune Miku. Oh wait, are you talking about, you don't know the yaoi paddles, or you don't know Hatsune Miku? Hatsune Miku is a creator of Minecraft. Oh, my tummy kind of feels a little upset, only because earlier today we went to a fair kind of thing, and maybe it wasn't good for me, but I didn't eat all day, and there was like one booth that had like fried squid, and they were like, oh, you can get fried squid that has butter on it. Do you want it sliced or do you want a whole squid? And I was like, I'll just get it sliced, right? And I ate that, and I can tell after a couple bites, I was like, ooh, this might not feel well later. Like, it tastes good now, but maybe later it might hit me or something, right? And I ate half of it, and I ended up not being able to like finish all of it. And then I had a slushie, and then there was another place that sold like another kind of slushie, like a slushie lemonade thing, but in like a light bulb, like a cup shaped like a light bulb, and it looked cool, and I fell for the gimmick, so I bought it. And then when I got home, I had tiramisu, so I'm not eating very well today. My tummy's kind of like fighting back on me. Oh, that LCD screen flop. God, that flopped so hard. It did! I was so mad. Is squid any good? You experienced the taste twice. No, it was different. The first slushie I got had a more chunky ice in it, so it was it was like really syrup heavy with ice, and it wasn't quite like a drink. It was just kind of like I'm drinking ice and syrup. And the second drink was like actually mixed really well, and it felt like it was like, I don't know, it felt like more like a drink than just syrup or something. So that one was a lot better. but probably having so much sugar in a day just is not good. I think squid's good. I think squid does have kind of a little bit of a rubbery kind of texture. So if you're not a fan of that kind of texture, maybe don't. It's not the best if you try it, but I think it's pretty good. I think especially with how it's prepared and everything, or how you eat it, or like, you know, in general, like how like what sauces you put on it, stuff like that. I think it's more of a texture thing. If you don't like rubbery kind of texture, maybe it's not the best for you or anything. But I think overall it's pretty good. I like squid. Yeah, no, I hate rubbery food. Yeah, I think it's the only thing that kind of turns people off from squid is that like it had like once you, I mean, I don't know about if you eat it like raw. I think you could eat it raw, I think. But I know once you cook it, like you grill it or whatever it is, it does get like rubbery, you know. I prefer our traditional halo halo than exotic drinks. I don't think I've ever had halo halo, but I've seen people make it and it looks good. Like I've seen a bunch of people be like, I think I see a lot of TikToks where the like girls are like, all right guys, it's always like ASMR videos too. They're always like, all right guys, my friend is crazy dehydrated and it's 3 a.m. so we're gonna make some halo halo for her or something. And they'll make it like sometimes like a drink almost, kind of like they'll put it in a cup and they'll wait for it to melt a little bit and they'll eat it, and like, you know, it just, and I never know, I'm like, I don't know, I'm just like, how does it has a lot of sugar in it, how does that help you get hydrated? I don't know, like maybe it just doesn't look right to get hydrated. Like maybe as a treat, right? I can see it, but like to hydrate you in the middle of the night, I think it's gonna kill you. But I haven't had it, but it looks so good. I don't think there's any places nearby me that does it. Not that I've seen, at least. I had no idea how halo was called that. Am I pronouncing it right, though? It's halo halo, right? Like, or is it halo halo? Halo halo? Halo halo? How's it pronounced? Am I doing it wrong? Let me switch it up. Oops. How to pronounce
Hollow hollow.
Oh, okay, I was right. I was scared. I was like, am I saying it wrong? What triggers me is that they don't eat it right. You're supposed to mix it together, not eat it like a parfait. Yeah, it just, I think people just throw things together and they hope they can call it like different dishes, even though it's not like made correctly. That reminded me of that watch it trend. Yeah, that too. I've seen people do that too, and I'm just like, that's not like, I don't know. I don't know how people. It's always in the middle of the night where they're making it for TikToks, and they're always like, "Oh, my friend is super hungry, or my friend is really dehydrated," and I'm just like, "It's full of sugar. It's not gonna do nothing for you. It's gonna make you worse." Where they mix fruit, jelly, milk, and soda. It makes me want to unalive. And it looks. I want to try it. I think it looks cool. I don't know if I'm gonna like it, but I want to try it. But I think it's definitely like for a very hot day kind of thing, like maybe like a dessert or something. I'm trying to think of like, there was another thing that reminded me of, oh, I remember on TikTok not too long ago, there was like, actually maybe a little longer, maybe like a year ago, I think. There was people making like a drink and they were like, oh, this is it wasn't fruit water. They called it something specific. They were like, oh, this is like healthy water, or like, I forgot what it was. There was a specific name they named it. And it was dumb because they weren't making like a new drink. They were literally making like a Mexican drink called agua fresca. And agua frescas are just like kind of like fruit juices or like punches almost, kind of. But people on TikTok were kind of like, oh my god, I discovered this new drink, and it's like, I'm gonna call it healthy water. I totally forgot what they try to rebrand it as. But they're like, I got this new drink and it's so healthy, it's so good for you, I'm naming it healthy water. And I remember like watching this, I'm like, bitch, you're just making agua fresca, like. And they're always like no shame here, no racism or anything, but they're always like white people. They were like making those videos, and I'm like, if you're gonna like make a dish, at least call it the proper name to what it's supposed to be. You know, don't make a new name just because it's from a culture you're not like, maybe you're not used to seeing, or like having their food or whatever it is, right? Like, you know, and it was weird because then people would call them out being like, oh, you're just making like agua frescas, you should call it what it's properly named as. And the creators always like block them, or like, you know, like turn off their comments or something instead of like calling it what's supposed to be called. And I don't know, I think when people do that, it's weird behavior. Like, why? Just, you know, it's cool if you're trying out different foods and drinks from different cultures, but you don't have to like rename it and rebrand it just because it's something that you're not maybe accustomed to seeing, or like, and like being with, you know. Seeing the milk mix with soda and how horrible it looks legit made me nauseous. Reminds me of people who dunk their pizza. How dare you, first of all. You know what? If you ever, whenever you visit me, honey, I'm going to do that in front of you. I'm going to straight up just do it at no shame. I'm so tired. I'm like, I want to stay up, but also my bones are all tired because I walked around a lot today. It was so hot, and for whatever reason, fairs are always on like these dark concrete like pavements and stuff like that. And so when it gets really hot, like the sun beams down and like practically fries you. And I don't know, I was like, it was just really hot. And then all the food too was kind of unhealthy. Like, I was kind of it was my first time going to like this specific fair, and I thought it was gonna be kind of like a night market. I don't know if you guys have ever been to like a night market or seen them, but typically they have like a lot of food, like like a huge variety of foods, and it's always like different, you know, different kind of like foods. It's always like either like Vietnamese, or maybe it's like Colombian, or they'll have like I don't know, they always have like very like cool kind of foods, you know. And so I thought, like, going to this fair, I'm like, oh, it's probably gonna be kind of like a night market where they have like all these variety of foods and maybe some other kind of things here and there. But they didn't really have that many options. They had some of your typical things you would see at an American fair, kind of like the deep fried Oreos and stuff like that and everything. But they just didn't have not much to begin with. Like, I want to go get Dippin' Dots, if you guys know what those are, the little circle ice creams, right? But the guy was like, oh, sorry, our freezer's actually stuck, so we can't open it, so we can't really do anything. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I ended up not getting Dippin' Dots, and then everything else just seemed like really, really unhealthy. Like, I don't know, it was super hot too, so I was kind of like, I don't want to get really hot food on a really hot day because I feel like I'm just gonna like boil alive, you know. So I don't know. I was I felt a little sad that there wasn't more options. At least there was rides to ride too, but it was so expensive. Like, I think for unlimited rides it was like $35 or something, but then they priced rides differently. So they're like, oh, if you want to go on a thrill ride, it's $7. If you want to go on a kiddie ride, it's like $5. If you want to, and then there's like different like categories they named it and stuff like that. And I'm like, this kind of sucks. And then I'm kind of paranoid of like fair rides too. I'm always scared they're gonna like pop off or something and like crash or something. So yeah, I'm not doing too much at the fair. It was nice to walk around and see things, but I just ended up not doing too much. Deep fry everything is such an interesting thing to do. Degrading. Degrading. Oh yeah, sorry, that was my thought leaking out. Like drinking pickle juice for me. Oh wait, oily food. Oh sorry, I missed your first message. Oh wait, I missed a lot of messages actually. Let me scroll up real quick. I'll throw drinks and fist if you do that. And a little cat. What is your opinion on pilk? Pickle juice and milk? I thought pilk was Pepsi and milk. Oh my god, pickle juice and milk sounds scary. I don't know if I could drink that. Maybe pilk, maybe Pepsi and milk. I've heard that one's not awful, but even then that's pushing it. You know, I don't think I could do pickle juice and milk. That sounds scary. Oily variety of food. Deep frying everything's such an interesting thing to do. Degrading. Oh yeah, sorry, that was intrusive thought leaking out. Pickle juice is scrummy to be fair. I like pickles. I don't know if I can do the juice though. I love pickles. Actually, specifically, I like I think dill pickles is what they are. I've had the little tiny, like, I don't know if you guys ever had like charcuterie boards or anything. But there's these little tiny little itty bitty tiny pickles that you can get to put on your charcuterie board, and I hate those. They taste weird and they feel weird, and I just don't like them. Like, I've tried to like them. I usually like pickles, but I think dill pickles are the only kind of pickles I enjoy. I said the word pickles too many times in that sentence. So the bigger the better. Yeah, the bigger the better. You know, the longer and no, I'm just kidding. Scratch that. I did watch. Wait, I do see the logic that it's just Coke float. Yeah. So I can see Pepsi and milk, but I don't know if I can do pickle in milk. Oh, actually, I raise you a more cursed idea. I don't know if this is real or not. I heard that this is real. I might be getting lied to though, but I heard that in some areas in the South, like in like the US and everything, they put like Kool-Aid powder in pickle jars with like the pickle juice and everything, and they let it sit for a little bit, and then after like a day or two they'll eat it, and it's just like Kool-Aid pickles. I don't know if that's true. I don't know if they actually do that, but that looks heinous. That looks like a war crime on food, to be honest. It looks disgusting. I don't know if I could do that. Never heard of that in my life. I've seen here, let me see if I can find like a picture or something about it. Kool-Aid oh my god, I cannot type pickles. Mississippi Kool-Aid pickles. Okay, so it's a Mississippi thing apparently. So for all you freaks living out in Mississippi, I don't know what's going on over there, but you guys need to stop. Oh my god, I'm looking at this website called House of Nash Eats, and the recipe is called Mississippi Kool-Aid pickles. And the intro to this says, biting into one of these fascinating Kool-Aid pickles, aka Koolickles, is a fruity adventure for pickle lovers. This outrageous Mississippi Delta creation with vibrant hues and sweet and sour flavors may not be for everyone, but they sure are fun to make. That's the intro. I want to see your reaction on a certain dish here in the Philippines. It's called papitan. Let me see. Okay, let me search this up. Papitan. What is this? Okay, let me read. I'm on this website called Panlesing Pinoy. I think it's a cooking website. Papaitan. Am I pronouncing that right? Papaitan, right? Is famous Ilocano soup dish mostly composed of cow or goat innards. The name of this dish was derived from the Filipino word pait, which means bitter. The bitter taste of the soup comes from the bile. I don't know if the word bile should be like used in a recipe. You know, it sounds scary so far. This is bitter juice extracted by the liver and stored in the gallbladder to aid digestion. Although the soup is popular, one needs to develop an acquired taste to enjoy it. Once an acquired taste has developed, you will surely appreciate this dish without minding its components. Let's see. It looks like soup. Scrumptious. Here, let me see pictures. Let me see more pictures of this. It doesn't look bad, to be honest. The description sounds terrifying when they use words like bile and acquired taste, but it doesn't look bad, you know? I think I want to try. I'll try this. How about this? I'll try to see if somewhere serves this, and if I try it, I'll report back and let you know how I feel about it. I'm from the deepish south. Of all people, I expected us to do that the most. I know, it's always surprising when you hear some other state is like fucking crazy. It's essentially cow dung. Oh, it's essentially cow dung soup. A soup that got its bitterness from the bile and cow dung juice. I'm Filipino and I don't even know we can eat. I didn't even know we could eat this shit. Literally, you can see the video. Wait, let me look up a video. I don't know, because it doesn't look bad. Like, the pictures, I don't know. I don't think the pictures look bad, at least. I feel like I've eaten, I probably haven't actually eaten this specifically, but I feel like I've eaten things similar to this, you know. It doesn't look bad, but maybe if it's a bitter taste, maybe I wouldn't like it. I don't know. But then, wait, actually, maybe I shouldn't order it, because if I order this and I end up not liking it, like, who's gonna eat it? I just probably wasted money if I did that. So, I don't know. Should I try finding a place and ordering it, see if I like it or not? But then wouldn't it be rude if I went to the restaurant, I sat down, took a bite of the food, and I was like, no, this is disgusting. Like, I don't know. I think it looks good. I'm tempted to try it. I think when it comes to like things like especially meat, I'm kind of almost always willing to try it. Like I had I think I said this last time. I have had giblets, right? Like the innards of animals and stuff like that. And I thought I wish I liked it. It looks good. I wish I would liked it and I just could not do it, but it looked good. Live reaction of Here, let me search up, see if anywhere does it in my area. Let me see. Let's see if any restaurant is brave enough to serve it here. I'm kind of getting hungry now. I know I said my tummy kind of hurt, but like, I'm getting hungry. No, I searched it up, and at least what it looks like in my area, there's nowhere that serves it. So I'll probably have to like go out of town or something to get it. There's a version that only uses bile, and I recommend, not the authentic one. Well, now I want to try both. I want to see which one I like. Maybe I'll ask some of my Filipino friends to like go with me, so I don't feel as bad. Ooh, I'm on this food website now. I'm super hungry, which is bad. I shouldn't eat more because I know if I eat more, it's gonna upset my stomach because I didn't eat well already. But I'm so tempted. Yeah, this does not look bad. So I just keep looking at these pictures and I'm like, it doesn't look bad, but the taste is supposed to be bitter, right? So maybe I wouldn't like it. I'm more of a sweet tooth person, but we'll see how it turns out. We'll see if I end up getting it or not one of these days. I feel like every culture has like that one dish that you're like, oh, disgusting, you know? Like, I'm trying to think of like a Mexican one. I'm pretty sure there's some out there that are like that are Mexican that I'm trying to think of, but I can't think of any specifically. There's like bugs and stuff that sometimes like are put in dishes, but that's more for like very tropical areas in Mexico. So it's not like a super big thing. Does anyone have any other food recommendations? Oh, my nose got a little stuffy all of a sudden too. I feel like I low-key want to get what are they called? Not a humidifier, but one of those things that clean air purifier. There we go. I kind of want to get an air purifier. I feel like my roommate and I, or like our apartment would benefit like so much better with like an air purifier or something. Have you ever had York? I don't think I have. Like, here, let me search it up. York, what is that? Not Yorkshire, Google. Food. I typed in York and I just got like New York and like that stuff. I can't find anything on that. I can't find anything on Google for York. Maybe it goes by a different name or something. I just typed in York food because York didn't come up with anything, and then it's telling me like, oh, food to eat while in Yorkshire or food to eat while you're in New York. York candy. Oh, okay. Let me see what that is. Oh yes, I have had these. I love these. These are like one of my favorite candies. I love mint. Like mint ice cream is one of my favorite ice cream flavors. Tortang Talong trended recently. Let me see what that is. Is this fish? No, this is Filipino egg omelet. Interesting. I hate them. I love mint ice cream. What do you have against them? Why do you hate them? Is it because they're like pure mint, pretty much with like a thin layer of chocolate? What is this? Let me start. What is this author note here? Let me start off by telling you that this is not my Lolo and Lola's recipe for tortang talong, because I don't have a Lolo or Lala. What is this intro? Lolo and Lola means grandpa and grandma. Okay. The national language of the Philippines, which is where my parents were born. Okay. Oh, it's like this person's playing like a little autobiography before the recipe. Interesting. Watch the shorts. It's simple. Yeah, I hate the mintiness of mint candy. I just keep buying them because they make good offerings. My girlfriend likes them. I think they're pretty good. I don't know. I like them. Have you ever tried? I think Andes is the brand, or Andes. Like they're pretty good mint candies. I think if you want to try those, I don't know how popular they are. I don't know if maybe they're only like here, but I know like places like Olive Garden like give them out usually and stuff. Those are pretty good mint candies if you don't like the York ones at least. Though people who say mint tastes like toothpaste have never. I don't know. I'm kind of convinced they've never brushed their teeth because they do not taste the same at all. Andes looked it. Yeah, I like them to be honest. I'm a fan of them. Sorry, I'm yawning. I'm getting tired. I can feel the sleepiness taking me, even though I don't want to sleep just yet. But I know I should, but I know I don't want to. I like mint gum and stuff too. Yeah, mint's nice. I like mint. It's very like refreshing. I learned because I always wondered like why does your mouth get all cold like after you have mint? And then I realized it's because the chemical that mint has tricks your nerves into thinking it's cold. Like it activates the feeling of cold, but it's not actually cold, but that's why you feel cold, because you're just being tricked. It's an illusion. I've been meaning to grow mint for a while. It's way too hot to do any planting. Oh yeah. Well, you can do. I think you could try strawberries. Strawberries do well in the heat, don't they? Right? Isn't summertime like their growing time? I remember back in the day, we bring mints to school to cool down when the weather's hot. I used to do that too, but then I would get upset because only like my mouth would be cold and the rest of my body would be really hot. And it would just be annoying, so I just stopped doing that. I'm like, if I'm gonna suffer, my whole body should suffer, not just not just everything excluding my mouth. I mean, it's too hot to work at all. Literally 110. Oh my god, that is rough. You should lay it in a bathtub full of water until the heat goes away. Or not bathtub full of ice water. There we go. And then you'll be cool forever. I feel I kind of want to do that one day. Just lay in a bathtub full of like ice water, and like just feel it. 'Cause someone told me it could be like relaxing if you don't do it for like too long. Like you're not supposed to sit in it for like a very long period, but it like helps your body kind of like relax because you tense up a lot, and then if you get out, you kind of like loosen up from the tension. I don't know if that's true or not, but I kind of want to try one day. I just want to see like does that work? You know. I feel like I'm gonna hurt myself one day, but by just trying, by just trying things. I was just thinking about it. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do that. Actually, if at least without supervision. Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm like yawning. That's probably a sign for me to like end it for the day. I'm just like a little tired. That's Frostpunk experience right there. Frostpunk? Sorry, I'm searching what Frostpunk is. A survival game? Whoa. Maybe I'll play this later too. This looks cool. I've been in a sensory deprivation flotation tank before, and it was very cold. It wasn't relaxing at all. About a great game. Ooh. I want to go on one of those so bad. How... was it like... I don't know. How was the experience overall? I want to go on one so bad. 'Cause I feel like I have so many senses that sense everything all the time. So I want to go and see how it feels to not like have anything, you know. I want to go in a sensory deprivation room, and I want to go into the world's quietest room, because I heard in the world's quietest room you can like literally hear like your blood flowing, and that just seems cool. Like I want to try it. The game soundtrack is a banger too. I'll definitely not look into it, but I'll definitely probably, let me see how much it is on Steam right now. Whoa, it's literally just $5 right now. So maybe I will get it. Well, I hate water, and I'm also claustrophobic, so I wouldn't take my word for it. But having no sense was pretty cool though. I'm also mildly claustrophobic, but I'm willing to try it. I'm willing to go through it just to see how it feels, you know. I'm only claustrophobic when I can't like move my arms, and I can't like move my feet. If I can't move my arms or my feet or like my legs or anything, then I immediately kind of start panicking of like, oh, I need to get out of here. I need to move or something. So if I ever get like tied up or anything, like arms and legs, I would like die. I'm like stretching. Oh my god, I popped my shoulder. I'm sorry. I want to get like a bar where I can just like grab onto it and see if my back like decompresses. I've seen videos of like people like holding onto bars and just like waiting for their body to decompress, and I'm like that looks so like relaxing. I'm slightly claustrophobic, but you won't see me entering tight caves or holes. Yeah. I feel like people go, I think spelunking, right? Is that what it's called? Like the cave diving, stuff like that? That stuff's scary. I would go cave exploring, but not cave diving, if you know what I mean. Like if it's an open cave, I don't mind. I'd go through. But the moment like a tight space popped up, I'd be like, no, I'm good. I'm fine. I really want to go through like, I don't know, sometimes I really want to go exploring through either like abandoned places or caves or like something, right? 'Cause I think it'd be super fun. But then like I'm also kind of like, oh, if I go, what if I get like haunted or something? What if there's like a ghost, or what if something like kills me, or like I don't know, something happens, right? Like I keep thinking like, oh, people who do that, like in horror movies, it happens all the time, you know, like you go somewhere to explore, it's abandoned or cursed, and then you die. So that's the only thing kind of stopping me from doing that. I watched enough Mr. Ballin to know that's a bad idea. It's just so tempting. It's just, I don't know. It's the idea, the thrill of the idea. But at the same time, I have to like know like I'm gonna die if I go there, so I can't have this thrill. Okay, I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna call it for today because I'm a little eepy. I'm a little tired, and my eyes are getting droopy. Only a little bit. But it sucks because it's not even like midnight here. I miss being able to stay up super late, but I'm a little tired now. There's a lot of caves in Arkansas, and they're actually horrifying. I can never understand spelunkers. Yeah, caves are fucking scary. I think in general, because you also don't know what's in caves. Like, there's probably so many animals in caves that we've never discovered, and they're just in there chilling, living their best lives. And I'm terrified to know what's chilling. Alrighty, good night. Go to sleep or else, unless you're gonna watch TikTok. I might watch TikTok. I'll see. I might, once I get into bed, maybe I'll be like, I'm not tired anymore. But yeah, I'm gonna head off for now, and then I'll probably stream tomorrow. I don't know what I'll stream, or when I'll stream, or if I'll stream, but I'll probably do something tomorrow. But alrighty, good night, guys. I hope everyone has a good rest of your day, evening, night, dawn, twilight, morning, afternoon, late morning, brunch. I have to find more times of the day, like words for the days. Alrighty. Oh, almost 3 p.m. I keep forgetting. Like you're in the future. You know what's gonna happen already. But alrighty, good night, guys. Thank you for coming to my short like game stream and just be chatting at this point. Alright, good night. See you. Bye.